Are you dealing with shoulder pain with throwing, or do you just feel like your shoulder is not strong enough and is getting weak as the season goes on? I want to go over today ways that you can work on addressing some low-level shoulder pain, or just if you want to look to increase your shoulder and arm strength. Hi, my name is Jeff Lewis. I'm the owner and physical therapist at Lewis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and I have helped countless baseball players get back to throwing pain-free and get stronger so that they can perform to their best level on the field. So again, I want to go over today a couple different exercises that you can do. Again, if you are dealing with shoulder pain with throwing, the first thing that you need to do is make sure you get checked out by a qualified healthcare professional and baseball rehab specialist. So some of these exercises are some that we use throughout that process, that early rehab process. But again, you want to make sure you work with someone that's qualified so you know the right time that you can implement these. The other side of this is if you're just generally, you feel like your shoulder is weak, it doesn't have the strength or endurance after or to keep going throughout your outings, or you're really tired in your shoulder, your arm after your outing, this is going to be a good place for you to start to work on just improving some general shoulder strength and stability. So first thing that you're going to do, or what you're going to need, is a mini band like so and a foam roller. So what we're going to do here, the foam roller is going to be at about eye level height, all right? And you're going to have the mini band around your wrists. So what I want you to do, you're going to get in a split stance. You're going to have your elbows bent at 90 degrees here. Now, what guys typically do wrong is when they're doing this, they almost do like a tricep press into the wall. I don't want this to be a tricep-specific movement. What it should be is I'm pushing into the foam roller from my shoulder blades. So I'm here, pushing around. I'm not rounded. I'm just pushing with my shoulder blades. And once you do that, you might feel even a little bit of a stretch or that activation underneath that armpit down on the side of the rib cage here. And that's what we're looking for, right? So you're going to be in that position here. And then when you go to move that foam roller up overhead, I want you focusing on driving it with your shoulder, driving that upward movement with your shoulder blades. At the same time, you want to keep your hands in line with your elbows the entire time. So it's going to look like this. I'm here, I'm rolling up, and that's probably about as far as I can get. If I go any higher, you see my elbows start to flare out, hands cave in. We don't want that. That's just going to probably bother our shoulder even more, especially if we're dealing with some pain. So we're going to be here, and we're pushed out, driving up with that shoulder blade, and coming down. We're not shrugging up here. Our upper trap by our neck should be nice and relaxed, all right? So next, we're going to put that foam roller down, and now we're just going to keep this band here. So and keep the band around your wrists like so. And again, you're going to have your hands on a wall or just on some type of firm surface more than anything. So you're going to start with your hands just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and you're pressed out here. So we really just want to get good tension on that band. So for right now, my left hand is going to stay locked on the wall, and I'm almost like pushing myself away from the wall a little bit, right? So that's the first part there. Now from here, I'm going to tap up at a 45, straight across, and then down at a 45, okay? So what I see guys do a lot of times, they turn the wrist here. We don't need to be doing that. You're just tapping down and up. So you can go in multiple different directions. I like to go for about 8 each direction for 2 to 3 sets, and then you're going to repeat on the other arm there, all right? So that's another exercise you can do. The last exercise we're going to go over here is with a kettlebell. I really like kettlebells, especially when working with baseball players, because it's a very versatile piece of equipment. You can either hold it in the traditional down position like this, or you can hold it in this bottom-up position. The bottom-up position especially, you're going to be limited in how heavy and how much weight you can use, but it's going to be a lot more effective at creating more of a stability demand on that shoulder because you have this unstable bottom-up position here. All right, so first thing you're going to do, we're just going to go ahead, we're going to get in a knee here. Back glute is squeezed, nice and relaxed, core is engaged, so I'm not flying open like this. I'm going to grab that kettlebell. If you need to, you can use your other hand to almost get it up into that bottom-up position here. You're going to be in front here, and then from here, you're going to press overhead and then come down nice and easy. Press overhead, come down nice and easy. When you press, I don't want you like all the way out here. I want you back and down nice and easy. All right? So those are 3 of my go-to movements when either at some point I'm going to use them from a shoulder pain rehab standpoint, but more often not, especially from either an arm care standpoint or looking for guys that just really want to increase their arm strength more than anything, to arm strength and stability to support their throwing and decrease the risk of injury going into the season or throughout the season. So if you're a baseball player, pitcher, dealing with some shoulder pain, or have questions about how can you get your arm stronger, go ahead and leave a comment below or like and subscribe to this channel. We put out a lot of content specific to baseball player, pitchers, especially rehab and performance. You can go ahead and check out some of our free resources below in terms of ebooks and other free information for baseball players.